Hey, welcome to Nakama News. I'm your host Jordan, and this is my co-host Jamie. We're bringing you the news today in a new chapter, but first, there's a new medical breakthrough using stem cell transplants as treatments for rare diseases. Unfortunately, there's still no cure for my loneliness.
Dang. And have you been ousted by your country 2 times already? Well, try a third. It might work.
Do you consider yourself a pacifist? You might be a great candidate to violently overthrow your local government. This is Nakama News.
Nakama News, you'll see friendship when you view Nakama News. Well, everyone lends a helping hand or two. We're glad you could stick around for a minute now. You're always welcome back. Nakama News.
Chapter 1099 called Pacifist. Okay. Cool chapter. And we have a cover page. Classic.
We do.
This one is some Tanukis styling Odin's hair.
I think it's pronounced Tanaki, but I'm giving it to you.
It's pronounced raccoon dog.
Right.
And we're both wrong.
It's pronounced Chopper, and we're all wrong.
Stop. Obviously, we got spoilers for the chapter. If you haven't read it, what are you doing here? It's what we're doing a chapter review. Maybe rethink your life.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
Spoiled it. Goldie, let's start off. Let's talk about Kuma this chapter. We do kind of pick up. This is still the flashback, so just more of kind of Kuma Bonnie's story, but Kuma gets his tyrant name this chapter. What were your thoughts on that?
Oh well, there's a lot of Kuma this chapter. Obviously, it's called pacifist. That's a reflection on Kuma himself. I don't know how much of a pacifist he really is, though, considering he blew up the entire government single-handedly and then hunted them down on a ship and then blew them up again as they were trying to come back.
Damn, when you say it like that, he sounds like the opposite of a pacifist.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, Kuma's a good guy. We know he's a good guy at heart. He definitely is. I wouldn't say quick to violence, but he's prone to doing some violent things, and those usually involve him blowing up a city.
I mean, I think he's a good guy. I don't think he's a pacifist.
It was kind of cool. King Bakori, kind of referencing the Goa Kingdom burning the Gray Terminal, and then saying like, you know what, that's a pretty good idea. Yeah, we should do that here. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the second time that Picori tried to just subdivide his own nation and then terrorize half of it.
Man,
Apparently didn't learn from the Revolutionary Army overthrowing him the first time.
who does he think he is? The United States government?
And then he wanted to try it a third time. He got blown up a third time. Man, this guy, he's king of the L's right now.
Yeah.
Cool seeing Kuma blow everything up though. And everyone that one never gets old.
Yeah, what was that called? The one man revolution, or what was that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was it. The one man revolution.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. That, I think, was the biggest kind of Ursa shock that we've seen, right? I mean,
Man, the way he says that on Thriller Bark, Udis is a shock. That was, I'll never forget that.
Wow, are you the voice actor for Kuma? That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Yeah, no,
That was a heck of a scene.
that was pretty good, and obviously, just more kind of evidence that Big News Morgans is the strongest character in One Piece, because everything he writes in a paper, in this case, Kuma the Tyrant, becomes like legend in fact. So
Whatever is in the paper is automatically true, always.
yeah, never doubt the news.
Especially not this news.
I sound so conspiracal today, but I swear I'm not that kind of guy. Yeah. He doesn't necessarily become the actual king. He becomes more the face of the kingdom. Like he's the king just to kind of deter people from coming to the island. I thought that was kind of a cool touch. Kind of random how there was just the the previous ruler just kind of sitting around.
He was like the shadow ruler. He was the one who was doing the actual ruling.
Yeah, it was like a Kaido Orochi thing, but less evil.
Less evil.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it turned out well for them. I don't know how it turned out after he left, but it worked while he was there.
It was kind of weird to me that that previous ruler was still alive, because I mean, King Bakori's out here burning down half a city or putting people in prison, and this
I
dude.
wonder where that guy was the last 3 times that Bakori, or the last 2 times that Bakori was put into rule.
Yeah, that part doesn't make sense to me, but I'm not trying to be too nitpicky. It's just kind of a weird little
They have a weird succession, like this line of succession there. This guy, it doesn't seem like Bakori was the guy's son or anything. He just kind of, whoever violently overthrows the kingdom first gets to rule.
This chapter reminded me a lot of kind of Oda just closing the loop on a couple things.
A lot of things.
One of those things was just like the Queen Connie that Bonney impersonated at, where was that, Marijua, however many chapters ago.
Oh man,
yeah.
So many little references thrown into this one.
Yeah, it was almost like Oda reread all of his stuff and was like, "Ooh, I could close that loop with chapter 1099."
Yeah, we saw Bonnie getting the aged fruit, but we also didn't see her getting the aged fruit.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
She just kind of had it, and everybody's like, "Oh, hey, she's a devil fruit now."
Yeah, that was disappointing, honestly. I really like the fruit stuff, and we get so few of people eating fruits that it would have been really cool to maybe see how a fruit spawns, or where they got it from. But we just, they were just like, she ate the fruit. Okay. Well, no other stuff there, I guess. But we did get one of the funniest gags in a while with Bonnie impersonating Queen Connie or whatever, King Bakori's mom, and they keep trying to pick her up, thinking that this Bonnie they're picking up. So one of the 2 different people, Kuma and one other guy, both like pick her up like, "Oh, this is so real," and it's actually the old lady, and she's just yeah. Like another thing, I feel like Oda retconned some stuff. I feel like his plan was for Bonnie to actually be a descendant of Connie, but instead he's just having her be a lookalike, which is fine. I just feel like he switched up her story quite a bit, and I feel like part of that is making her 12 years old in the present day story. I think I would be surprised if that was his plan all along, but I'll go along with it.
No, but it does seem a lot like Oda just kind of hangs out a bunch of different threads and then kind of picks a few of them. It's like, I like this one and this one. We're going to go with these 2.
Yeah, no, it works. It works well. It's fine. I think it adds to the story. I do think he had maybe different intentions with her to begin with, and or maybe he just is that sneaky. I'm not sure. What do you think of Bonnie kind of fighting people, like becoming that strong physically at a young age?
I don't know. That's just kind of a part of her personality. Like we saw that with Ginny. Like Ginny was fighting off people for Kuma when they were kids. So I guess she's just kind of the same style of person.
Still, I mean, for a 12-year-old, like incredibly smart and incredibly strong. So, there's not many kids that age that actually do that much damage. I guess Momo with his overpowered devil fruit does a lot of damage, but
yeah, true.
Yeah,
but even he was pretty useless until he got magically aged into a 20-year-old.
And then he was still kind of useless until he, yeah. But let's do some trivia.
All right, let's jump into it.
All right, trivia time. You go first. You ask a question first this time.
I'm asking a question first. All right. We haven't gotten there yet, but in this chapter, we see the new captain of the Eastern Forces and how she gets her position. Can you tell me the name of the new captain of the Eastern Forces of the Revolutionary Army?
Oh, yeah. Yep. Her name is Bello Betty.
Ding, 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 ding.
Ding.
Bingo!
Let's go. Thank you very much.
Belle Betty. We still don't know anything about her.
I
She's got a
think
cool
I
design.
would have failed if you would asked me any of the other captains.
You only know that one?
Well, I really like what's his name?
Uh-oh. You would have failed.
Yeah. I really like that one guy. Yeah. No, it's the dude Karasu. I like Karasu or whatever.
Karasu.
Yeah, I think that's the
You do.
guy.
You bring him up a lot. He's just kind of there floating around.
Twice
He
in
hasn't
my
been a
life, which
chapter.
is yeah. Him and
Wait,
what's
Karasu is a caribou?
no, it's not Caribou. Caribou's the mud guy or the swamp fruit guy.
Karasu's the raven guy, raven looking guy.
Yeah, he's got the ravens. It's like a cool paramecia kind of thing. I think he's got like the mask, like the old kind of Black Plague bubonic mask thing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah. That guy's cool. So is Magellan. Those two guys, I just love them.
Magellan. Underrated. I hope we see
All
him
right,
again.
let me ask you. When we started this series of One Piece, there were 7 warlords of the sea.
Mm-hmm.
Kuma was one of them.
Yep.
Who were the other 6 at the beginning of the series?
The other 6. All right. We had Crocodile. We had Thriller Bark guy. Crap. What's his name? I'll come back to it.
Okay, all right. Hot take. Okay.
We had Mihawk.
Yep.
We had Doflamingo.
Yep.
Mihawk, Doflamingo, Crocodile. Jinbei.
Yeah.
Kuma's 5. Dude, I can't remember his name. It was 6. Hold on. I'm gonna get this, but I might need a sec.
Yeah, you're gonna get this. I trust you.
Crocodile, Jinbei, Mihawk.
I think you're missing 2 still.
I am missing 2 still. I got Thriller Bark guy, and I'm drawing a blank on the 7th guy for some reason.
Well, might be because it's not a guy.
Oh yeah, Crap Hancock.
Yep. Crap Hancock.
I need a laugh. Can you give me his laugh?
Oh, it's like a high pitched one, kind of like
Moria.
Yeah, there it is.
There we go.
Yep, you got him. Nice. Okay. Yeah, that was a lot, but you rocked it.
Thanks. Okay, I'm gonna go on to question number 2. We haven't gotten there yet, but there's some flashbacks in this chapter, some shout outs to the islands that the Straw Hats were sent to. Can you tell me the name of the island that Chopper was sent to?
No, I'm not gonna. Chopper was sent to. He was sent to some weird ass island where the dudes were all like wearing just barely underwear, and there's birds. Not Big Bird Island.
Good guess. No. The name of this island. You want me to tell you? You want another guess?
I think no. Okay,
Okay.
Half Naked Dude Island.
It was named Torino Kingdom.
You're a jerk.
I had to get one hard one.
All the people watching are gonna be like, "That's a mean question. There's no way."
It might have been, but you learned something.
Yeah, you had to think of Gecko Moria, and I had to think of what's the name of that island?
I had 5 other ones to think of.
Oh,
Let's see.
okay.
Is your next one harder
you.
or softer and harder or easier? So we'll find out.
We get more Vegapunk in this chapter. Your boy, okay?
Yeah.
Boy Vegapunk. You and him, similar features, I'd say.
Dang. My head's
Yeah.
usually smaller than normal. He's got...
It's the tongue. You both have like that really long tongue.
Dude, he sticks his tongue out so far. It's like...
What was the arc? The first arc where Vegapunk was mentioned by name.
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
I think it was Alabasta.
That's close. I'll give you a hint. It was not Alabasta because that's where they talk about world government science, like feeding devil fruits to weapons, but
So
they
they
do
didn't
not
mention it.
specifically say Vegapunk. It's later.
It wasn't Sky Island. It wasn't Jaya.
Mm-mm.
I'm gonna guess Aeneas Lobby.
I'll give you credit. Ding, 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 ding.
Hey, got it.
Yeah. It's technically post Enos Lobby, like when they get back and Kobe gets punched by Luffy and stuff like that. That's when it is, but you're not wrong. It's that area. So
Okay, it was close enough.
close enough. That's what we shoot for on Nakama News. Close enough. Okay,
I did
that's good.
technically guess Alabasta first, so I probably got it wrong. But what was
extra credit?
Who said it?
Kobe.
Kobe said the name.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember that. What does he say?
I don't know.
You don't remember the part where this was okay?
Is this your third question? I wasn't prepared for 3 trivia questions.
I wanted to know what he said. I wanted to know the first time Vegapunk was mentioned.
I don't know. Go back and read chapter 433.
Dang, if you're right on the money on that.
I am, yeah. No, I'm 100% right on that. Yeah, that's actually the chapter. There's a little bit more Revolutionary Army kind of Monkey D. Dragon stuff going on in this chapter. It was kind of cool. Bello Betty asks Kuma permission when Kuma's there kind of talking to Dragon like, hey, you know anybody else that might be able to save my daughter? Bello Betty asks him permission to become the commander of the East Revolutionary Army. So we had kind of thought that was going to happen, but it's nice to see it happen.
Yeah, no, because I remember we were thinking like, oh wait a minute, Ginny was the captain of the Eastern Forces, but that's not the current one. That's Bello Betty. What's going to happen to Ginny? And then all this happened. So that definitely ties up the loop, and we have a new thread tying us to Bello Betty.
Yep, 100%. And unfortunately, that was more fuel to the fire of Ginny's gonna die, and she did die. Sorry, she died.
Sadly, this is a one flashback. Everyone's at risk.
Also, was there a little bit of love stuff? Like, is Bello Betty just a flirty girl, or what? There was just hearts by everything she was saying to Kuma, and I was like, bro, his wife just died. Leave him alone. I just wasn't sure if it was just Betty being flirty.
I do see a heart. It might be something just related to her character. Yeah, I don't think that.
Obviously, Kuma's not with her right now, but
yeah.
I'm just saying, back off, okay?
Kuma's heart's not in the right place for that. We can cut it off.
You got Monkey D. Dragon right there. That's the catch. That's the guy.
What if Bello Betty is Luffy's mom?
I would give you $1,000 if Bello Betty is Luffy's mom. Dragon had a cool quote in this chapter. He told Kuma to go where the winds of fate take you. Is Dragon cool. Wind fruit confirmed, Goldie?
No. But I still think it is. And if it is that, we're gonna look at this and be like, that was an obvious reference.
That was an obvious reference, yeah. Dragon's really interesting character because he's probably the closest to an actual hero in the whole series. Like, he's doing things for actual morally good reasons.
Yeah, and he goes out of his way, he sacrifices his own happiness and his resources to do it. Luffy is just like, I'm not a hero. I'm not gonna do things that I don't want to do to help people.
Yeah,
but Dragon is different.
Yeah,
I hope we get a lot more of him in the future.
Yeah, me too. Next chapter,
1100.
1100. In chapter 100, that was when Dragon makes his appearance. And
1,000 chapters later.
1,000 chapters later,
It sounds like satire.
We do think that Dragon may show up to Egghead because the last time we saw Dragon or saw the Revolutionary Army, Dragon and Sabo were not there. They were missing. So maybe they're on their way. Maybe they read the paper, big news Morgan's saying Luffy stole Vegapunk. Maybe Dragon's like, what the heck? My son's stealing my buddy? That's not cool. So
Yeah, this chapter really feels like the calm before the storm, doesn't it?
100%. Yeah, storms are brewing.
Things are about to get real. We also had Vegapunk and Kuma searching for a cure for Bonney. That was kind of cool. We saw them making fun of each other because they both look goofy.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a lot of like cool little things packed into their meeting. So I mean, they referenced Punk Hazard because that was where Vegapunk was before, and then they said that place got like blown up or they left it, so now Vegapunk's on a new island. So we see Egghead kind of before, it's been turned into. It used to be a winter island, and now it's a summer island, kind of thing. So, just like a really old school. You see Sentamaru there, playing with Bonnie. It was a cool thing. I liked it.
Mm-hmm. And we also had some interesting references when Vegapunk was like, "Oh, you're the Buccaneer race. You know, I worked for the government, right?" And Kuma said, "Yeah, I don't really." What was it? What was the exact line he said? He said, "What makes my blood so special anyway?" So Kuma doesn't even know what the Buccaneers really are. And then Vegapunk followed that up with, "I don't have enough samples to explain it in any detail."
Yeah, it makes you think that. I feel like my theory was Joy Boy was heavily associated with the Buccaneer clan, but the way that Vegapunk talks, there's actually a biologic reason that the world government does not like them. Like they have some sort of innate ability or some genetic trait that the government does not want present. So I wonder if that will be expanded on ever.
I hope so, because it's got to be the most interesting line in the chapter is what does Vegapunk know that Kuma doesn't about Kuma and his own race?
Yeah, it's a good thought. Do you have any theories on it?
Anything that we haven't said already would be tough. All I would say is it's got to be something to do with the the void century, because it's got to go back that far. There's nowhere else to go to.
Yeah,
and that's anything to do with that war is just purely anti-government, and and isn't old. So I don't know. I don't have anything new because we've always said it's possible that Joy Boy was a Buccaneer, and that's why the government hates them, and that's a good theory. But we don't know anything about these Buccaneers besides Kuma being the last one.
Yeah. No clue. But Saturn is like just listening in on their conversation, and when they're talking about like Kuma being a pacifist, and Vegapunk's like, we're gonna use your kind of clones or your doubles for good and to protect people, and Saturn's like, bro, we're gonna kill so many people with Kuma's body. You have no clue. So some nefarious stuff going on with Saturn, and
I think Saturn's words were something like, "A weapon's worth is determined by the number of people it can kill."
yeah,
and then all through my mind, all I can get was all the pacifista flashbacks. I'm like, dang, crazy.
Yeah, no, that's, and we know something's gonna go down with Saturn because Bonnie is so mad at Saturn that in the next chapter we're probably gonna find out what did Saturn do to kind of betray Kuma's deal or what it was. Like, my guess is once Kuma's like put under or the operation begins, Saturn like takes over or like sneaks something in there. Something weird's gonna go down because the hate from Bonnie towards Saturn we need to know why, other than just the fact that he's an evil guy.
Do we see Kuma next chapter?
Real life Kuma?
Real life Kuma.
Present day Kuma? Just floating through the air, half a face, no leg. I think we do. I think next chapter.
Okay.
Next chapter we're gonna get the conclusion of the backstory, and we're gonna get
Or you don't think this is a conclusion? Okay.
No, because I think we still need to know why Saturn really what he did, or like what kind of happened. I think there's a couple things that need to happen yet. And we haven't necessarily seen the stem cell transplant or anything to save Bonnie. So.
True. Yeah, there's a couple things they could still show. If he did just go back, like, and nothing more happened in the flashback, I think we'd be fine. But I do agree. I think there's a couple things we can still see.
I think Dragon, Sabo, Vivi, Kuma, like all these people are going to end up on Egghead, and that could some of those people could end up there in chapter 1100. I do think Dragon is going to be a part of that chapter, and he just might show up at the end with his devil fruit. Maybe we get a devil fruit.
Dragon's at 1100.
Yeah.
Dang, prediction time. Okay, write that down.
Yeah.
That's going to be awesome. I hope you're right.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have any predictions for next chapter?
Ancient robot, baby. It's 1100. It's coming back.
My God. For Christmas this year, I'm going to get you a sweatshirt with the ancient robot.
Boing.
That is your... Boing. Boing. The eyes turning on. And the best part, no break next week.
Oh, yeah. That's nice. Usually, we just had a break last week, but I would have expected a break to come after this chapter just from how the time, like, it just feels like a break time, but it's not. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, and I worry, every chapter we get now, I'm like a little on edge. Like, is it going to be like 10 pages long? Is it going to be half finished? Is Oda going to like lose a finger? I don't know. I worry about this guy.
I don't know, but I'm excited for next week's chapter. All right, guys. Thanks for coming. Thanks for checking out Nakama News. You can follow us on social media. We got @the Nakama News over on TikTok, Instagram, and X/Twitter, Zwitter, we call it. But yeah, thanks for checking us out. Thanks for checking out the news. We'll see you next week for the next chapter.